What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Colum Tyrrell Podcast. Before we start today, let me tell you about some shows I've got around the sweet, sweet soil of the US of A. Coming up in this month, I'm in St. Pete, Florida, January 24th and 25th. Appleton, Wisconsin, February 6th. Janesville, Wisconsin, February 7th and 8th. The Comedy Cabin, what a fucking room. Morris Plains, New Jersey, February 15th, the day after Valentine's Day. So once you bring your broad out, head out with the fellas for a nice little post-Valentine's Day meal. Providence, Rhode Island, first time headlining that club, the Comedy Connection, February 21st and 22nd. That's going to be sick. Hopefully I can get some surprise guests to drop in on that show. Vancouver, Canada, first time out there on the west coast of Canada, March 6th and through 8th. Springfield, Missouri, first time there also, March 14th and 15th. Bloomington, Minnesota, first time there, March 20th through 22nd. Columbus, Ohio, back to one of the best states in America, Ohio, March 28th through 29th. And then there's a bunch more dates added up there. We got Edmonton, Lafayette, Louisiana, Houston, Portland, Maine, Baltimore, Maryland, Washington, D.C. And we will be adding more throughout the rest of the year. All right, enjoy the show. Yo, welcome to another episode of the Colum Tyrrell Podcast. If you're watching on YouTube, hit that fucking subscribe button. We have been at 21,000 for well over a year. One thing I learned about that subscriber shit is it doesn't really, subscribers makes no real difference to anything. You can have 1 million subscribers, no one's watching your shit. So head over there, and if you're watching, we are not in the regular podcast situation with the green screen. I'm running out of time today. I've got a busy weekend, shows, weddings. Had to go to some fucking weddings, which is so nice when you hear about it. Wow, congratulations, you're doing that thing. Okay, and then when it gets closer, you're like, who the fuck do they think they are? Fuck. Princess Diana. You got the pre-party, the wedding, the after-party. I'm giving you a gift. I gotta rent a tux. I have a fiance too, so I understand. So I'm bringing her. I'm not even going to be getting, there's not even a chance of fingering a bridesmaid. And that's kind of what a wedding is. A wedding for a man is the off chance that you might fuck the groom's cousin. You know what I mean? She's 20 years old and she's out of your league, but you're the only option that's not incest. A wedding is a good chance for you to. A wedding is one of the most. I made a mistake with who I fucked. Of all the events for someone to fuck, I think wedding has to be up there. Dudes fuck ugly chicks because there's no one else there. That will happen. You'll go to a wedding as a single dude, and you go, any single women here, any single mutts, and they go, there's her. And you go, ugh, she's about 100 pounds heavier than what I like. And you go, well, that's the only option. And then after you crash out with the sexy auntie that you think is giving you a fucking eye, you end up fucking the fat chick, and that happens. But also at the same time, just the odds are just as likely you, as a single man, you might fuck a chick who's out of your league because, look, it's a wedding, romance is in the air, you look good, you're in a suit, they look good, they're in a dress, everyone's champagne is flowing. That's a fucking, that's like pretty much a legalized Rohypnol, man. So champagne, that is like in another fucking world, that is a date rape joke. So look, you go to a wedding, you might get some pussy, but now I'm bringing the old ball and chain. Are you kidding me? I'll be just looking around going, fuck, that's the type of girl I'd be crashing out on now. So if you think there's actually a better place for you to fuck out of your league, I think that's it. Maybe the work party. Maybe a work party. The little Christmas do. That's not a terrible one either. You spend enough time with someone, they will want to fuck you. That's sort of just the unfortunate, that's like the weird thing. It's like some sort of version of Stockholm Syndrome, If you see that person in the office or whatever, every day. You grow, you just naturally, your body will just go, I'm kind of horny. This person's close. And so you might fuck someone outside of the old office party, That might be a good opportunity to fuck out of your league. I can't think of any other situations where you get that opportunity. New Year's Eve, never. Halloween, no. Halloween, I think you kind of have to have, unless you just happen to dress up as Spider-Man, and she kind of has a thing for Spider-Man because, when she was 15, her uncle kind of left some sort of Spider-Man impression in her, something like that, you know what I'm saying? Maybe she has a fetish for Andy Warhol and you dress up as Andy Warhol. But other than that, I can't see, because if mostly Halloween, if you look good on Halloween as a dude, it's because you're jacked and you dress up as an army man. There's no other way. Maybe you could dress up as that pirate with the fucking herpes. Johnny Depp in Pirates of the Caribbean. That's a good look. That's a good look to get some fucking... chicks are into that. You're in guy liner, you got the long hair, you look like Russell Brand, He rapes, for sure. I don't want to call out many people, and, I truly don't actually believe in the Me Too movement. I actually don't believe any women, when they say believe all women, I very, very few of them. But what I will say is, when you're Russell Brand, or if you're anyone and you've been accused of multiple sexual assault allegations, and then suddenly you're getting baptized by Bear Grylls in the Thames, the River Thames in London. You're dipping your head in one of the most disgusting rivers in the world, and you're preaching Jesus, and you're like, all hail the Lord. You kind of probably 100% fucking raped a girl. That's just, I don't know. That's honestly, had he just said no, that's not me, I just party, and he just went drinking and kept fucking models and stuff like that, I'd be like, no, they're looking for money. But because he found the Lord, because he found Jesus Christ, our Savior, I don't know. And shout out to everyone that hit me up about the most recent conversation about the Bible. I was doing it, and I was misquoting nearly everything from the Bible. So shout out for anyone who came in. I was referring to Pontius Pilate when I meant to be saying Judas. Rookie mistake. And I was talking about, I think Jeremiah or something when I meant to be saying Job. I can't really remember. Anyway, welcome to this is where I usually do the streaming, by the way. Usually with the podcast I have the green screen, or at least I only just started using the green screen. We're going to have some animations so that anyone watching along can have their ADHD needs fulfilled. All right, we're going to try give you a little something. Why you're watching a podcast, I'll never understand. Doesn't make any sense. It's weird. There's no need to do it. It's not like sport. We're not playing tennis. You're just listening to two people or one person, a lunatic like myself, blab long about a lot of shit. But I don't have time. I'm going to this wedding today. I literally don't have time to edit this after the episode. So we're just going to be doing this. And the streaming will be locked in. I'm going to have a weekly night, at least one night a week, where I stream from the basement. I'm just waiting to get my schedule filled. I have a lot of big stuff going on there. I got some big projects in the works right now, and I'm just waiting for them to lock in a weekly time, so I know which night. Hopefully it's Monday night. Unfortunately, if I have to go into New York every Monday night, we're gonna have to do a different night. But I prefer to do the streaming on a Monday night. So this is it. This is the setup. It fucking looks good as shit, though. I will tell you that. Watch a little video there, huh? Oh, what's this? A woman getting her head smashed in by some woman had a little bit of road rage, and then she got her head smashed in. Let's watch it on the video. Let's watch it on the camera. And so I'll be doing that. So stay tuned for that shit. And if you don't like that stuff, just don't check it out. That's what I would recommend to the people of the internet. Bill Burr is in trouble right now for talking about how many retards are on the internet, and I think he's right. Am I crazy? Am I liberal now? Am I some of a lib cuck? Am I a libtard fanuk? Right? Is my wife black? Have I gone crazy? Do I love vaccinations? Do I love what's going on? Everyone on the internet is criticizing Bill Burr because he went on Jimmy Fallon or Jimmy Kimmel, right? He was wearing a black polo neck, like he thought he was John Lennon. In fairness, the suit looked crazy. The suit looked like he was a producer about to absolutely give a black doo-wop group the worst contract in the history of Hollywood. Bill Burr was dressed. He dressed like the manager of a nightclub. You know those cool nightclubs where he comes down and lets you in? Just the guy who walks around the nightclub with his ankles showing. He has a suit, but his ankles are showing. He's doing coke and fucking finger fucking underage girls. He's letting 19-year-old girls into the club if they can suck him off in the back room. That's what Bill Burr looks like now. He has been engulfed in Hollywood. But I do believe what he was saying was correct. The internet is full of fucking retards. The internet, one thing I've learned about the internet, truly, because I'm on it, right? But it's me. I'm not pretending to be someone. I don't have a fucking fake name. I don't have an avatar. I'm actually quite deprecating with everything I do. I'm not involved in groups. I don't leave comments. I just watch and I move on. Have you seen Don John? Did you ever see Don John? Like, you gonna go back to Scarlett Johansson fucking makes that actor come in his pants. I can't remember his name. Gordon Levitt, Joseph Gordon Levitt or something. And Scarlett Johansson's rubbing her fucking. That is one of the reasons I wanted to move to America. By the way, my fucking my broad is from New Jersey, but she's not trashy New Jersey. She's not like like white girl pretending to be Puerto Rican. She doesn't have the loopy earring. She doesn't wear her hair up. She doesn't like clap back. She go, "You fucking stupid," or whatever. Like like that New Jersey. You want me to suck your cock? Yeah, I can't do the accent, but there's a couple of characters that are that kind of Northeast American sluts. You got Margot Robbie in Wolf of Wall Street, iconic. Scarlett Johansson in Don John, so sexy. My cousin Vinny, it's the carburetor. Fuck, I don't remember her name. Marissa Cortez. Shit. All right, leave a comment on the YouTube channel if you remember. Marissa. Well, anyway, whatever the whore is name in My Cousin Vinny. That was a 1982 carburetor. Blah blah blah. She was in The Wrestler, Maurice, something like that. Fuck. Anyway, leave a comment on the YouTube channel if you know what the answer is to that, and I will, I won't do anything, but I'll read it. I'll read it, and everyone else will say congratulations. That's what you should do. Is now, if someone's already written that answer, everyone else just leave a comment and say, "Good job, buddy." But that New York trashy fucking hot chick thing is truly, like a Puerto Rican from Queens just does something to my fucking dick. Hoopy earrings, hair up. She's about to key my car. She's cheating on you with a fucking Dominican man. Oh, the love of my life. Anyway, so I moved to that was part of the reason I've kind of moved out here. But by the way, also just so you know, this is what I've learned in life too. And we'll get back to the Don John thing in a second. Women, accents are attractive to women, right? Like a woman will see a man who is unattractive at all, unappealing, and he can pull out a guitar and start singing. Next thing you know, her panties are wet. Next thing you know, her knickers are dripping. All right, that's the Irish word. Be very careful here, YouTube. I said knickers. Nick. The New York Knickerbockers. And, you know, if a man can sing, a man who does a little bit of painting, a man with a nice car, a man who reads, a man who can write poetry, a man with a hat. That's enough sometimes for a woman to get her panties wet. A man will have her knickers dripping. A man with a fedora can just be enough. Men are not like that. There is no such thing as like an accent. Women like an accent. Like a woman will see me and go, yuck. And then she'll hear my accent, especially when I go, how's it going? She'll hear my accent and then her knickers are dripping. But that doesn't happen for a man. Now you might say, no, that is true. Like a Spanish accent is sexy. No, it's only attractive on a sexy woman. We do the opposite. What men do is we'll see a woman who's sexy and go, holy shit, she's hot. And then she goes, you want to stick it in my ass, puppy? And then you go, wow, I love accents. It's just the accent gets me. No, it's not. Hats, hairstyles, singing, nothing. We don't give a fuck what your extensions are. We have a fundamental, you're good looking or you're not good looking. There's nothing else added to that. You know, it's impossible. You can ring a woman over the phone and have an accent, and then when you meet up and she sees you're a fat, ugly, little dicked fucking loser, she'll still be into you. That doesn't happen. Some girl has a sexy little fucking Mexican accent on the phone, and then you meet up with her and she's a big fat pig. You're not still into it. It's over. I'm just saying. These are just the observations that I've noticed in the universe. Up. Anyway, so Don John, there's a scene in Don John. This is what I've learned, I think, later on. But I think a lot of people listening need to understand this is how the internet works, how the people that are commenting on stuff all the time, the people that are out posting on the internet works. If you watch Don John, there is a scene, right, where Scarlett Johansson, she watches romantic movies, okay? She loves rom-coms. And when she watches these rom-coms, it like allows her to live out her life within these rom-coms. She believes in love. She is the woman being swept off her feet. It's the man who won't let her get on the plane. It's, you know, it's the love that nobody thought could work out, and then it was gonna fail, and then the last second it got back together. It's like she believes in that, and that's a lot with what the fucking internet is. You know, there's fucking people who watch these vlogs of families, you know these families where it's like, we're the fucking, we're the Newtown, the Newtoners, John and Sheila Newtoner, and they, you know, come with us today. Hunter's starting his first day of softball league, and they make a big video of they're packing their lunch and they're all in the SUV singing along and you're happy and YKWD, and then the husband always turns out to be like fucking some 16-year-old on the side in the end. But people watch that because they're lonely. They're not watching that because they're interested in that life. They're watching that because their life stinks. A lot of America is lonely losers. I don't think there's probably more of an antisocial nearly country in the world. Look at all the fucking stats. You're not socializing people. You had charisma, but you don't leave the house. None of the same way in your little boomer mentality, none of the kids are getting pussy, they're not drinking. All of that is now entirely in society. So they live out their fantasies online. And that's kind of how it is. There's a fat fucking bitch with 6 cats watching these shows because she dreams of having Hunter and Chloe with an IE and a husband who lives, and they go to church and this, you know. Meanwhile, you're just a fat fucking whale from Milwaukee, right? You're a nighttime security fucking manager or something, and you watch this while you stuff fucking smart popcorn down your fucking mouth. Now that's mostly what the internet is. That's mostly what the internet is, in my opinion. Anyone that's leaving comments on anything. One thing I've noticed about the internet, everyone's crushing it. If you were to go by anyone who doesn't have a profile photo, everyone is crushing it. They all have a beautiful wife. Everyone has a huge dick. If they've got side chicks that are all 18-year-olds, they're making them come. They're always making them squirt because of their big dick. They got a great job that they quit, actually, because they've invested their money and they have a yacht. Everyone knows how to fish. Everyone knows how to hunt. Everyone knows how to fucking fix a car. Everyone's a mechanic. Everyone online is a mechanic. You don't know how to fucking... You don't have to change the carburetor. You can't drive fucking stick. You don't... What the... If I was a firefighter, this is what I'd do. Everyone's an MMA fighter. Everyone can throw hands. Everyone can throw hands. Everyone's crushing. Everyone's funny. Everyone is just crushing it. Everyone knows how to run your podcast. Everyone knows how to make your clips better. If you're all so good, why are you on Reddit? Why are you leaving comments on Reddit if you're crushing it? You're not. You're just not. These are just the facts. You're a fucking homo. I got sent like some stuff about fucking some shit on Reddit. Like, you know, I didn't even ask for it. I'm not on it. I wouldn't be over there. If I'm on Reddit, it's usually because of some sort of like weird craft, like fucking woodworking. I'll just watch other people woodwork and chisel away and whittling, and like some guy who makes an owl out of a block of wood. Some good Reddit whittling is where I am. And I'll watch that. But anyway, they're talking about me on the fucking Legion of Skanks. If you're over there, you're a fucking homo. Make no mistake about it. If you're lost in the trenches of the cesspool of the 9th generation Legion of Skanks Reddit page, you've got nothing going on, buddy. You got nothing going on. But I think that call me. I don't like when Joe List is on the show because, put your time into something else, bro. Figure it out, because you're not on the show. These guys are on the show. You're not on the show. And by the way, if I've ever ruined a podcast, if I ever go on a podcast and someone says, and your instinct is, fuck, I hate this guy, I'm glad that little piece of your life that you enjoy so much every week you look forward to, I'm glad I get to take away. I'm glad I get to ruin you. I'm like traffic on your way to work, baby. I ruin your day. So much so that you gotta go online and go, he doesn't appreciate. If I was with Big J now, I'd be crushing it. If I just had the opportunity, but I can't. Go on the show and crush it, bro. It's an open invite. Anyone can do the podcasts. Go do it. Start a little fucking online, get a little online following. You can hang out with Whitney Cummins. They'll let you on the show as long as you bring in the views. Theo Vaughn would interview a fucking corpse from the fucking Palisades if it meant he's gonna get 5 million views. So fucking just go do it. You all know how to do it. You all have the answers. Just living vicariously. You're nothing. No, and then they go, no, I have a truck. I have a construction company. I fucking, just because I don't want to go on the fucking, I don't want to put myself out there. That's what I'm going to tell you, by the way. Anyone I know, the most down-to-earth, regular people I know, don't even know how to use the internet. I've got family members, I've got fucking friends from school that I haven't talked to in years because they just will be like, nah, I won't do that. I'm not getting Instagram, I'm not getting Twitter, I'm not doing that. And if you're tweeting, if you're on Instagram, I do it as a little outlet because I'm a theatre kid. And I want to fucking sell tickets so I can do my fucking rape jokes on the road. I do it because I need a fucking profile. If you're out there and there's no reason for you fucking to be out there, get off it. Figure it out. Join a fucking basketball league or something. Get out there, figure it out. Alright, let's see what was going on in the fucking news. Oh yeah, the Bill Burr thing. That's what I never even finished it, but what Bill Burr was just saying was that everyone on the internet fucking knows how to fucking handle fires. Every single person, this is how you're supposed to put out fires. I don't know how they all thought he got so gay. I like him. Still he's probably the best comedian alive. Probably still to this day. Even Bill Burr's like worst specials, your worst opinions, are better than everyone else. Maybe Louis. Burr, Louis. They're in a league of their own. There's no one even competing with them in terms of quality stand-up. Then after there, you got like the little people nipping away. Nate Bargatze, John Mulaney, Carl Kinane. I have up there Carl Kinane, Rory Scovel. All the whites. Yeah. David Lynch just died. I don't know anything about David Lynch. David Lynch is one of those, what would I say David Lynch is? It's like, a blind spot, cultural blind spot for me. I only know him from Louis when he was like The Tonight Show. That's all I know him from. So, but R.I.P. Should I watch it? I know he has Twin Peaks. I don't even know. Is Twin Peaks a movie? Or was it a TV show? And it's really weird, right? Is it like weird for the sake of being weird? Because I don't really want to watch a TV show and then they have this scene where it's like the shadow of a chicken for 10 minutes and you're like, what was that? Give me old school fucking mainstream horse shit. Feed it down my gullet. Give me Breaking Bad, right? Give me Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad is good TV because even your fattest, dumbest, retarded friend loves it. There's not a human alive doesn't like Breaking Bad because it's just McDonald's on TV, man. Breaking Bad is like just absolute, just let's make some bullshit for the masses, man. Breaking Bad is, if you don't even know it, Breaking Bad is pretty much, it's like The Office. It's The Office. It's like, it's great, but it's like for the masses, it's bullshit. It's shit. It's kind of shit. What I will say is check out that new show. Fucking, what's that new show? Severance? That's a good one. Severance is like just it's like one episode of Black Mirror, but drawn out over the course of like 2 seasons. So that's a good one. Go check out Severance, coming out this weekend. Or come see me at St. Pete Comedy Club this weekend. That's going to be a good one. Yeah, shout out to the LA fires. Shout out to the fires. Shout out to the wildfires out there. Seemed like it was pretty bad. I feel like it is tough to be like, oh no, your stuff is gone. Your stuff. Because if you're out there, you've got a lot of stuff, I guess, If I was to die, if my house was to burn down, I have less stuff. I don't have that much valuable stuff here. I've got a computer, I've got like whatever. I don't have much stuff, so it's like hard for me like to rebuild. I have to rebuild unless, but I also have no money to rebuild. My assumption is if you live in Los Angeles, if you own a home in that area, up in Malibu or wherever, my assumption is you go, oh fuck, one of my homes is gone. Oh, better sell the stock I have. Better sell. Oh no. Better cash in on the fucking stock that I fucking got a heads up for the insider trading. Better sell that shit. Oh, gotta sell my Porsche for fucking Kia. That's my assumption. I feel bad if you're poor and that was really your maxed out. I reckon, you lost your job. You have no savings. You're just getting by. Maybe your production company went under. I feel bad. There's got to be a few of them people lumped in. But I also, when people got washed, fucking Asheville's still underwater. You got to head down to Asheville. They're still swimming around. They're living in canoes out there, those hipsters. Head down to Asheville. Remember the floods? How many people died then? How many people lost their fucking lives then? But why? Because they're little fucking crusty hipsters out in the mountains, Banjo Town? No one gave a fuck. There is this, I feel bad, because it's like all disaster, whatever. But there is just a part of me is like, oh no, did you lose your house and loads of shit? And now you're still just in a better position than most people anyway? Like you've lost a third of your wealth maybe. And you're still just crushing it. You're crushing it. I know you're not crushing it as hard. I apologize that you're not crushing it as hard. Couple of less fucking first class tickets maybe next year, and you'll be grand. You know, so I feel bad about that. But I just don't feel as bad. There's something. There's an element that I'd like. You know, maybe just to make myself feel better. I don't feel that bad for the people that got burnt to that. You know, I'm kidding. I mean it. I have a lot of empathy for the rich people of LA. I did go on Venmo to the Pacific Palisades. Is that what that was called? The Pacific Palisades, and Googled homes that were sold, and I reversed it by the dates, and there was like 4 days in the difference with some poor cunt bought a $7 million house. A $7 million house. Like the fires were on a Wednesday, he closed on the Saturday, you know? Something like that. You know, they closed on the Saturday. They went out, they popped bottles. This is it, baby. We got to move. And everyone's like, yeah, we got the house. Yeah. When are you going to move in? Not for a while. It's going to take a little bit, you know? But we own the house. We move in next month. You know, we just got to figure out, you know, we obviously still got to do all the stuff, get the internet, get the insurance and everything. But, you know, we're there. We're doing it, baby. My dream home. 40-year mortgage. It can only go up in value. 4 days later, Jesus, it's fucking smoky. That's kind of smoky coming from my brand new $7 million house. Yeah, so anyway, look, shouldn't there be some sort of a fucking like a natural disaster? America, this is just the way it is in America. You want to live anywhere good, you're getting attacked by the elements. Florida, you're getting hurricanes. Even New York, which I've never been up here for one. New York fucking rules. I don't care what anyone says. Every now and again, there will be we have our version of fires, and it's usually just one woman. So a homeless woman who fell asleep on the train by an illegal immigrant, right? So like we have our fires. We all have our fires. The LA fire is very different type of fire. We have our fires. We all have fires. And we also have hurricanes out here. You go anywhere. Then where else are you going to go? You head down to Texas, you're getting fucking mauled by tornadoes. You head up to Montana, beautiful. You're underneath fucking 100 feet of snow. You're getting attacked by polar bears and shit. West Coast, I don't know, Seattle, it's just raining all the time. San Diego, LA, fucking earthquakes. I saw something on Twitter, which so means it has to be true. On Twitter, that the St. Louis in Pennsylvania, is that where St. Louis is? Is right on the fault line for an earthquake. Apparently, it's like pretty much in the next 200 years, there's going to be a guarantee that there's going to be a huge earthquake in St. Louis, Missouri, maybe. And, you know, everyone in that region is going to die. Everyone's house is just going to come falling down. So, look forward to that, fellas. If you're out there, try not to go. There's nowhere to go. There's nowhere to go that's safe. There's just nowhere to go. The earth is killing us all the time. So I don't know where to go. Is there anywhere safe? Carolinas? Like, have you ever been to the Carolinas? I'd rather fucking die. I'd rather be fucking swept away by a tornado in Oklahoma than go live in the fucking Carolinas. What type of fucking unimaginative fuck lives in that region of the world? Just go to Florida. Just fucking go. Just bite the bullet and head down. Shout out to everyone that came out to the fucking shows this weekend. I was in Phoenix, Arizona. That's somewhere I could live if it didn't mean the summers you fucking you burn alive. You go to the shop to get some milk. It's boiling. All the milk is boiled up by the time you get home. Phoenix is like, yeah, it's like living on a fucking extraterrestrial planet down there. But my God, some beautiful women. That was my first time in Phoenix. I love Arizona. Honestly, if I was to get out of town, I think Arizona would be one of the spots to go. The landscape is good. The architecture is good. The people are a fucking good vibe. You have Mexico if you want to get your fucking teeth done. You got LA if you want to go to LA. I don't know. They got In-N-Out Burger. Whataburger's pissed, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a good... You got the hiking. You got some decent food. You got a lot of Mexicans. You got, like, you're touching everything. Nevada's not crazy. You could drive up to Vegas with the fellas. Cheat on your wife. I think Arizona's a good shout. You're probably never short of fucking labor coming straight across that border, right? Every now and again, 15 Mexicans probably fucking steal your truck and then they drive up to fucking New York. But that could happen. That's just happens. You know, I'm not blaming the Mexicans here. I'm just saying, you're like a border state. You know, that's where they all fucking come in. But I went out drinking. A rookie mistake. This is my first time on the road in months boozing. I don't drink on the road anymore. You know me. I'm always just in this battle of trying to not drink, pick my battles, whatever. I'll have a few beers this weekend because it's a wedding. It's the wedding. Let's give it a toast to the bride. So, guys, as you know, I'm Michelle's big sister. But although I'm her big sister, I feel like she always guided me. For example, when we were 8, when I was 8 and she was 6, my bike broke, and I'll never forget. Michelle said, "Hey, get on my bike," and you know that's just like kind of always what she has done. So Tom, just treat her with respect, because we will find you, Tom and Michelle. We love you and I care for you so. All the fellas are watching the playoffs on our phone. I will say, if you're a type of cunt who watches football on your phone, there's a time and a place. I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry, but there's kind of like, I like it. Trust me. I don't think you should have your fucking iPhone on your lap in the middle of a fucking church. I don't think if we're all out for dinner at a wedding, you should be watching the fucking Commanders, right? Figure it out. Figure it out. Have your dinner. Catch up with the fucking the 5 downs you're gonna miss. Like, you really need to, like, can you not miss a single part of this? It's gotta be live. You gotta. I'm not into. I swear to God, I think it's performative. I think most men don't. They want people to know. No, gotta watch the Knicks. It's preseason. I've gotta watch the Knicks. They're at a funeral. I gotta see how the drafts are going. Let's see how our draft picks have gone, huh? I do think it's a little performative. But yeah, I was out in Phoenix, went out drinking, went out to the party towns, a lot of university towns, a lot of universities around there, all young, just the hottest chicks I've ever seen in my life. I was just creeping. I was just at a bar, just watching, going, oh my God. I would, if you let me, I'd probably fuck you really well, because I've been around for so long and I really need this, but they'll never let an old man like me. I actually was surprised there wasn't anyone who came up to me and was like, ew. I'm really surprised. Some of the places where we were, it was like, like those people got in there with fake IDs, so they weren't even 21. I'm surprised they didn't walk up to me and go, ew, why does are you picking up your daughter or something? I'm like, yeah, you fucking little bitch. And I was talking to this one chick at a bar, just coincidentally. They were yapping to me and my buddy who I was with, who's a good looking man. So they were chatting to him, and he's young. And then they were 20. They were fucking 20. When you say to those girls, where were you during 9/11? They were not even conceived. That's their answer. I was not alive during that time. And I don't think I've ever heard anything hotter in my life. If she remembers 9/11, she's too old for you, bro. But it was a lot of fun. I was drinking, ruined my whole weekend though. I got fucking too drunk. The next day, couldn't leave the fucking bed. Catching up all the whole time. I got a red eye home from out of there. I can't do that. I can't do that anymore. Red eyes are nuts. Red eyes are a young man's game. I'd rather just read a book during the day. I'd lose the day because I'm losing the day no matter what. You take a red eye, you can't sleep. You get home, you sleep all day. That day's fucked. Just fuck it. The day's a write-off. At least watch a movie or something that feels more productive. Get a good night's sleep in your hotel and then just fucking use the flight. I'm never doing it again. Never. Can't. Oh yeah, I rented a car and they gave me you know what happens is you show up for rentals and they just give you cars that they have. You know, you go, oh yeah, give me the fucking SUV, give me the Jeep, give me the fucking whatever, and then you just show up and they go, oh, we're giving you something else, and it doesn't really matter. I always go for the cheapest one. They gave me a fucking like a Corvette. They gave me like a little sports car Corvette where, like, you know, it was a convertible. The doors were so my suitcase, which was a small enough suitcase, wouldn't fit in the fucking trunk. What type of midlife crisis where you go, I can't fit the things in the car. Like, in order to, and I couldn't get them in the doors either. I swear to God, in order to get my suitcase in the car, I had to take the fucking convertible off, and I had to take the roof off and put the suitcase in to close it back down. It was insane. And I was just ripping around in that thing, by the way. And I was like, I'm going to look like a dickhead in this. And then as soon as you go, off, it's not bad. It's not a bad little life. How long are we here? 40 fucking something minutes nearly. All right, let me get some questions from the Patreon on, and then I'm going to switch over to the Patreon. Let me see, what time was it? Do I have enough fucking time to do it all? I'll answer questions from the Patreon, and then if I have more time, I'll do the Patreon episode. If not, I'll do it tonight from the hotel room at this stupid fucking wedding of a couple that I don't believe in. Do you ever go to a wedding of a couple where you're like, this isn't even gonna last? Who are you kidding? Who are you fucking kidding? There should be a refund if a wedding doesn't last and you give a gift and they, you know, there should be like a 12-month thing. Go, hey, here's a check, but it's dated for 12 months from now. Here's a check for the wedding as a gift, but it's dated for a year from now. So if you break up, I'm cancelling the check. Make no mistake about it. All right, let's ask some questions in. Patreon.com/Colum Tyrrell. You can get it for $1 a month. Or you can sign up for $10.08 for the year. But I'm going to get rid of that soon. I'm getting rid of that deal. So the $10.08 will be no lot more. All right, this one comes in from Tubby. Hey, Collie. Hello, Tubby. Love the pod. Shout out Christmas. Shout out Christmas. As a damned Yankee, does that mean you're American? Because, you know, a Yank, like in Europe, we just call anyone who's American a Yank. Or are you like a New York Yankees fan? Alright, as a damned Yankee, I never learned much of badass Irishmen in history. Besides Rory Gallagher. Shout out Rory. Is Rory Gallagher the guy from that TV show? Like fucking who the fuck is Rory Gallagher? What's that TV show about the Gallaghers? Yeah, this is a guy that comes up a lot. Rory Gallagher. Oh, he's a musician, songwriter. Yeah, he's from like Cork, right? Yeah, he's born in Donegal and died in Cork. Yeah, I've heard about this fella. I don't know anything about him. Never heard his music. Don't know anything about this fella, Rory Gallagher. But I should really check it out. Maybe I know his music and I'm just not even familiar with it. Because I just had this conversation with someone in the last year or two. They're talking about Rory Gallagher. I was like, who is that? And they're like, yo, he's a famous Irish guy. And I was like, what the fuck? Again, just another cultural blind spot. Him and David Lynch. I have no idea who these fucking people are. There's a life-size sculpture of... Oh, they have a fucking guitar. A statue of his guitar in Temple Bar, which is like the main area of Dublin. And the main tourist area of Dublin. Headstone in Ballincollig, Cork. Come on down to Cork. You don't know Cork by you fucking Dublin langer. You never heard of Rory Gallagher? Well, he's from Donegal, so he is. He's not from fucking Cork. He's from Donegal. Anyway, yeah, I don't know much about him. I don't know his music. Well, I'll check it out. How should I start? What's the first thing? The boys over at War Mode turned me on to Michael Collins. Shout out Michael Collins. He's also from fucking Cork. Was this someone you all learnt about in school? Yes. Yeah, he's a famous Irish figure. It'd be kind of, even if you didn't learn about him in school, it would be kind of insane not to know who he is just through the zeitgeist. Yeah, I use big words, so what? The son of a bitch clocked 17 British spies all in one day, if I'm not mistaken. He might have done that. I'm not entirely sure. Was curious if this type of history was well known in schools or told from elders around the barstool type of thing. Up there. I was never informed about this shit through elders anyway. I learned about it in school, but I was also really bad in school. I never listened to this shit. I failed like history my whole life. It's not until later on that I finished. It's only until recently now that I've kind of... I used to kind of think of history like, who gives a fuck? Now that I'm older, I'm like, oh no, these people were humans just like us, and they're going through the exact same emotions as we are. Do you know when you're a kid, right? And you look up at your parents, and to you, they're like the oldest people in the world. They know everything. They have like magic powers. They just understand the universe. They're almost superheroes. When you're kids, your parents are superheroes. And then when you get about teenager, you go, these guys are fucking retarded a little. Then when you get older and they're in the mid-60s, you're like, oh my God, these guys need to be in a home. Your mid-60s is exactly when the signs are there. The signs are there that you're over. Trust me, I've never met anyone like who's 70 who's not like a little fucking tap. 65, you might think you're a young whippersnapper because you can still parallel park, but you're not. No voting after 65, I'm sorry. Sorry. It's over. But that's the same way I used to look at kind of history. I used to look at people in World War I, World War II, whatever the fucking thing was, and kind of go, that was a different time, that was a different generation, different era, and they had like different feelings and opinions of stuff. Now I realize, oh no, that was literally just exactly like us, and it wasn't that long ago. It was only a short while ago. Anyway, so it's not until years later that I actually took an interest in this stuff. But Michael Collins, yeah, he was like the leader of the IRA. At least I believe he was the leader. If not, he was fucking high in command anyway, for sure. And he kind of got ambushed by Eamon de Valera, an American who was the president of Ireland eventually. He was sent over to England to organise the peace deal, the negotiations to separate Ireland from British rule. And the best deal that he could get was we couldn't get all the 32 counties back. There was the north of England, now known as the north of Ireland, now known as Northern Ireland, was left under British rule, which led to the Troubles and blah blah blah. And a lot of the country didn't like the fact that we conceded and allowed them to keep that type of area. Interesting guy. He's from Cork. We love Cork. But anyway, we learned that in school. I wish I could go back and figure out what I learned, because a lot of this stuff is like, I've learned this on my own. But he was the leader of the Republican Army. And then after that, this is also the problem. This is also part of Irish history that you don't know. Is that after we got that liberation, the freedom in 1918, there was civil war then. There was a civil war between the Irish. All the boys that fought the English armies, now that we were building our own government, they all had their own opinions on how the country should be run. So they fought each other. That's if you ever watch the Banshees of Inishmore or Inisher and whatever that movie was, with the donkey and the fingers. You can see the bombs are going off. People are like firing cannons at each other on the mainland, and that was what that was. That was the Civil War. That wasn't the Irish versus the British. That was the Irish versus the Irish. Which that's another interesting one. Anyway, so that was that. But we did learn that. But I was very, very bad at school, and I wish I don't know, because I love it now, and I don't know why. I just found it so fucking boring back then. It was just tedious to me. Like, who gives a fuck about Michael Collins? This is the most boring shit I've ever heard in my fucking life. I want to play football. I want to be in the park. I want to play football. I want to drink fucking cider. This is boring. Who cares about dates? History? Give me a subject called future. That's what I want. And now I'm like, that's so interesting. I would genuinely go back to school. That would be a lot of fun for me to go back to school and learn this shit again. By the way, shout out to Hamas. Shout out to Israel. Shout out to, I guess, Trump Daddy, which I'm assuming is the one who's brokered this whole deal, right? With the Netanyahu. So it's done now. It's over. The war in the Middle East, Israel-Palestine conflict, it's over. Okay? We're friends. Shake hands. Apologize. It happens. It happens sometimes. Let's move on. Okay? Michael Rappaport, Mike Racine, shake hands. Let's just move on now. No one got hurt. What's done is done. It's over. Just both apologize. Say I'm sorry, and then we could be friends. So let's just move on here, okay? 15 months or whatever the conflict. It was a conflict. It wasn't even a war. It was a conflict. So just, let bygones be bygones. All right. No big deal. The Jews did some Jewy stuff. The Muzzies did some Muzzy stuff. But after all of that, we can all come together and shake hands and say, hey, fair knock. Fair knock. Hey, it was a fair knock, so it was. Hey. They tapped out. They agreed. There was no, like when gypsies bare knuckle fight. They'll fight until one of them quits. And if no one quits, they'll just go, it was 3 hours. It was a fair knock. I came here and I fought him like a man. And I respect him. John Joe Kennedy. John Joe McDonough. He's a good man. He's a good fighter. And I respect my lad. But we came out here, settled it like men. True fists. I got some licks in. He got his licks in. And we'll go home. We'll share a drink and we'll fight another day. We'll fight another day. So that's all you got to do. All right, Israel. And Palestine. Let that shit go, will you? I know. They blew up everything. All your kids are dead. It's a disaster. I get it, but you can't let bygones be bygones. Sometimes you gotta just let that go because they're holding weight. That's what we need is like some white chick for some yoga bitch to head over to the Middle East. It's trauma, and you gotta just let it go. Just let it go. It's holding you down. You gotta just forgive. You can't change other people. You can only change yourself. Palestine. That's what it is. Palestinians, everyone listening right now, crowded around a little radio, right? On a little radio where the batteries are made out, where you fucking hotwire the radio so you can listen to this pod. Just guys, you can't change other people. You can only change how you react to them, and that's just the way it is. Israel bombed the fuck out of you and killed all your kids, but that just happens. That happens sometimes. You just can't. That's out of your control. You can only worry about the things that you can control and your attitude to it, okay? So just every morning have a cold shower. Have a nice cold shower. Get some sun on your face. Get out there. Get that cortisol. Get that cortisol on your eyes. Your one eye that still remains after the explosion. Get your little fucking stumpy arm out there and take the patch off your eye and get a little sunshine in the rubble. Get a little sunshine in the rubble. Yeah. And just remember, you get your sleep in. Get your sleep is important, people of Palestine. People of Palestine, it's over now. Move on. Get up early. Set a routine. What's your morning routine here? Right? You wake up every day, 7 a.m. as soon. There's no roof. You have no roof. You sleep on a pile of dead children. You have no roof. Just the sun will wake you up. Sometimes a missile will fly past your fucking head. Because they'll probably still be dropping missiles. I know it's a peace agreement, but they'll probably drop some missiles every now and again. Just for old time's sake. Just to, we're here now. We've got them. We might as well use them. and it'll go whoosh past your face, and that might wake you up. That's why you need to get yourself blackout curtains type of thing. Get some nice, but get up every day, 7 a.m. Get the sun on your one remaining eye. Drink plenty of water. That's what I will say. I know there's no clean water, but just drink plenty of liquids anyway. Electrolytes. Maybe you have electrolytes. Maybe head down to the supermarket, get some Gatorade. That'll be fine. It's warm because of no electricity, so there's no fridges, but it's fine. Drink piss if you have to. Just add a little salt. It's the same thing as Gatorade. Okay? Have a routine. Go look for the body of your lost children. That's have a morning routine. You get up. That's just what this is about, man. And you just can't hold grudges. You can't. That stuff will eat at you. You'll get cancer. Right? You'll get cancer. I'm sure all the asbestos and the and the dust you've been breathing in, you'll get cancer if you hold on. You just gotta let it go. You gotta just forgive. You can't carry that with you, It's the same like when a parent has a kid murdered and the prisoner goes, you gotta eventually just gotta forgive him. Like the parents with Jeffrey Dahmer. You gotta just forgive and move on and hope the Lord will guide you. Just put your soul into Jesus Christ. You believe in Jesus Christ, don't you? In Palestine? Have you heard about the Lord, the good Lord, Jesus Christ, your Savior? Because God only gives you, what you can handle, It's for a reason. Take some vitamins. Make sure take some vitamins. Make sure you're getting creatine. If you're in Palestine, now's your chance. Creatine every day. It only has upsides. It only has upsides. Every day you should keep you alert. You keep you locked in. Turn your phone off. So I know you don't even have an opportunity to charge it, but use it. Turn your phone off. Get locked in. 90-minute locked in sessions. Turn the phone off. Be free of distraction. While you're rummaging for food or whatever, just lock in 90 minutes every day. It's simple. We're creatures of habit. Creatures of habit. Right, So that's my advice out there to all the Palestinians. Have a look at LA. Have a look at LA. People of Palestine, have a look. Have a look at a little place called the Pacific Palisades. Right? Haven't really seen those people crying about it. They're out. They're doing their yoga no matter what. They're stretching. They're getting a stretch in. Get a stretch in. Studies show that if you're stretching regularly, you might add 2 years to your life. These are the facts. No more drinking. Hey, Palestinians, I know you're probably always drinking out there, right? Right. I know how much the Palestinians love the booze, but you can't. Lay it off. It's not good for you. Lay off the booze. Now's your chance to rebuild. Right? Things are good. Just forgive. The Jews are all right. They didn't really mean it. They lost their temper. That's what happens. You know what they're like. They're a little sensitive. The Holocaust thing that they rarely bring up. There's a thing called the Holocaust that they never bring up. So they're a little testy about stuff. So they're a little mad. That's just who they are. They've got issues. They got to work on their issues too. But honestly, routine, water, electrolytes. You can do this. You can do this, Palestine. All right, that's going to be the end of the episode. I'm going to head over to Patreon, if not now. Fuck, I have an hour and 30 minutes before I got to leave. Is that it? All right, baby. All right, good luck. Thanks. Go support the Patreon. Bye-bye.
You're the piece of the trash of the World Wrestling Federation. Could never be the championship material that I am. If you think you've got what it takes to put the choke chain on the British Bulldog, then think again. When I get through with you, there better be enough of you to scrape off the floor when you feel the wrath of the Bulldog.